Hey, what's up guys? This is Church of Caboose, and for today's Destiny 2 video, it's going to be all Trials of Osiris, but specifically getting those 7 wins for the glow on your Solstice armor. If you're not familiar, you have to, for the Solstice of Heroes event, you start off with some blue armor. Once you get that all done, it becomes purple. Once you get all of that done, each armor piece has an objective to meet in order to get a pretty cool looking white glow. And for the boots, you have to get 7 wins during Trials of Osiris. Now, I just kind of want to point out real quick, you don't have to actually have those boots equipped. You just need to have them in your inventory on your character. So this need to be in that leg armor slot, because I tested it out, and you can run whatever leg piece you prefer as long as that armor, that majestic armor boot, is on your character. You'll be fine. So no worries with that one. So we're gonna give you guys a couple of big announcements, but we'll do like 1 or 2-ish at the beginning, and if you watch all the way through to the end, you will hear and see another announcement that I think is pretty cool, and I'm actually really excited about this video because of that announcement. Foreshadowing, precursor. So before we get into the video, if you enjoyed, make sure you click the like button as well as subscribe to my channel. Now, the first announcement is I love getting feedback, because I want to try and make this channel a thing that I do for a long time. I want to have a lot of fun with it and provide content for folks that you guys will actually enjoy watching, which is why you may have noticed, if you're I guess a fan or seen a couple of my videos, the background for this is not actually gameplay. It's all stock footage of Destiny 2 off of YouTube, because one of the main pieces of feedback I got was from people saying, dude, like, your commentary is great, I love it, it's just as good as some other big YouTuber names, but that video footage is it's not great, bro. And so I was taking some time to figure it out, and it's like, oh my gosh, they are right. I know I've been saving up to try and get a capture card for a while, but instead of it being kind of like partway down my priority list, it's like the next thing I'm going to do. So if we get those rounds of stimulus checks, odds are I'm getting a capture card to try and help me with providing better content for you guys, as well as maybe get some better internet. So I just wanted to let you all know why it's different footage now than before. However, there is a compilation of trials at the end. So that's big announcement number 1. The rest of the stuff will be given to you guys at the end. So for the actual rest of this video, it's going to be all geared for so many people that either hate Crucible, never play Crucible, hate Trials, or never play Trials. Like, this is whole, like, how do you get those 7 wins when you are absolutely inexperienced, or if you might say this about yourself, garbage at PvP? Because this weekend, I helped my wife get her 7 wins done, along with a great clanmate of ours named X Myers. So thank you, my man. I got a link to his Twitch channel in the description box, and he's in a couple of the clips here at the end during the compilation, and I'll put his name in the overlay so you guys know it's him instead of some other hunter who's absolutely kicking everyone's butt. So my wife was like, hey, I want to get these wins done in Trials, and I was like, oh my gosh, you want to do it yourself and just get some help? This is fantastic. So I asked him for some help, and we did it. We got her to 7 wins, and I want you guys to know she's almost never plays Crucible. Like, if you look her up, Crazy Corgi Queen, because you'll probably see her tag in the compilations at some point, you'll see she does have some things like comp and stuff, but that was more from when I was Watercrest on and I couldn't play on my account on Xbox way back when, and so I got bored of Stadia, and I was like, hey, do you care if I play comp on your account? And she's like, no, I don't care. So that's most of her Crucible experience on her account is actually me. So she's like, never done Trials, and we got her to 7 wins, and I was like, hey, what kinds of stuff did you do? And she's like, all right, I'll give you my top 5 list of things that I did to help getting those wins a lot easier and to help support you guys and make it not as painless as possible to get to those 7 wins. So that's what this video is. If you're a complete inexperienced or garbage person at PvP, I prefer to use the word inexperienced over garbage, but you know, some folks just that's what they like to say. Here are the top 5 things you can do to at least have a better shot at getting those 7 wins done. So these are all the opinions straight out of the mouth of someone who is about as inexperienced in Crucible as you can get, given she almost never plays outside of like a tiny bit of Iron Banner. So according to Crazy Corgi Queen, step number 1, use weapons you are confident with, don't focus on the meta, and have long and mid-ranged weapons. So we're going to kind of break this down a little bit. So when she's saying use weapons you're confident with, that means like stuff you are comfortable with using and you enjoy using. That plays really well into don't focus on the meta. When you focus on the meta, you might be inclined to use something like, say, a sniper rifle, like Revoker. But if you never use a sniper rifle or suck with sniper rifles, you're not going to just magically do better in trials because you're using something that's part of the meta. A miss is a miss. Like, you either hit it or you don't. And if you don't hit it, then you probably shouldn't use it. So that's probably the best takeaway I think she could have given from this whole thing, is don't focus on the meta and use weapons you are comfortable with. She actually was using 7th Seraph auto rifle because she happens to really like the one she has and uses it like constantly, as well as Polaris Lance, that exotic scout rifle. Then she says have long and mid-range weapons. If you're someone that is not super confident at PvP, you're going to probably have a really hard time winning those shotgun fights and those sidearm range fights because of how close you have to be. People are dodging, moving all over the place, jumping. There's lots of mobility happening in a really short amount of time up close. And so it sounds like to me, she was trying to not get into those engagements by staying far away, or at least medium away. And so using the mid and range, long range weapons is what was working well for her. Step number 2, tip number 2, use charged with light mods. She was having on the high fire energy mod, which I believe once you're charged with light deals more damage from that weapon, as well as any green charge mod. I believe those are the mods that let you get charged with light. I imagine she was probably using the one where if you pick up an orb of light, you get charged with light, but she said, in her opinion, if you use any of the green ones, because that's what you have to use to get charged with light, you'll be fine. So take those into consideration. Not a bad idea, really, because if you deal more damage, you don't have to hit as much. So if you're inexperienced at PvP, you might have a hard time landing your shots, and so if you're using charge with light and you've got that going, don't have to land as many of them if you have high fire equipped. Step number 3, stay with one team member. Okay, all right, this is a really good tip. If you guys get all spread out, your team is all spread out, one person's, like, everyone's by themselves, it's a field day for the other team. In trials, you want to stick together, because as soon as that other team, especially if they're more experienced than you, notices that one of you is solo, they're going to just have 2 or 3 people hunt down that solo person and almost instantaneously flip the game to being 2v3. And even if you happen to get a kill, in many trials maps, the respawn for that first death isn't that long, and so they'll probably have the revive up before your other teammates can collapse in to try and stop it, and so it's still a 3v2, only now the other 2 are sucked in, and so that team will probably win just because you got picked off because you were by yourself. Also, if you're with another teammate and you're not confident in PvP, it's way easier to team shoot and get kills, or at least assists, and to help out your mates, because it's a pretty common tactic to have one person running in, trying to get all the attention, and someone's off in the distance, picking people off. Usually it's with the sniper rifle, but if you're in one of those inexperienced people, you're just dealing damage at that range, and that'll really help your team member, especially if you took my advice about trying to have one person who's really good on your team, or at least 2 people who are confident in what they're doing and play together a fair amount. Like, being that back person, like with sticking with the teammate and just picking off that damage, is super duper helpful. Tip number 4, know the callouts. So when you're on a map, I believe Charlemagne has an option where they'll put up a map for the trials and like list what areas are commonly referred to as. This will really help, because instead of being like, he's over there, you can be like, by Heavy, or by Bravo, by Charlie, if you're familiar with the zone points from Control, which you might not be if you're not used to playing PvP. Or you can be like, by Bridge, by Waterfall, inside, outside. Using those specific terms is way better than, he's over there. Like, that doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, we have radar, but it's way better to be specific about where the enemy is at. Then lastly, number 5, be a distraction if you can. This is kind of a funny one. when we were playing together, she oftentimes was just kind of joking about being a bullet sponge and just trying to get everyone to pay attention to her so we can just pick them off. So it's just kind of almost the opposite a little bit of number 3. So if you gotta kind of use this one situationally a little bit. Like you gotta kind of feel the room, what's going on. Like, does it make more sense for you to be a little bit in the background picking people off, or where the enemies are at, can you give a good call out and just run on in there guns a-blazing, doing as much damage, and then that teammate who's off in the distance is like, aha, easy snipe kills, and just wrecks them. Like, you might die, but that's okay. Like, everyone has a role to play, and if that's something that you're good at and your team can use that effectively, that works. And she used it effectively a lot. I think her intuition is really good for Crucible. Like, she surprised the crap out of me. My first time ever doing trials in Destiny 1 was probably atrocious until like 4 years later after doing hundreds if not thousands of hours of PvP. So we're gonna kind of wrap this part up with some of like my just kind of thoughts from the whole thing, and mostly she's absolutely right. All those things should really help. Everyone's got a role to play. Like, I know sometimes, especially if you're hopping in and you're with 2 people who are good, you might feel bad, or you probably will feel bad, like, oh my gosh, I'm just dying constantly, I'm not doing anything. But you know what? Wins are wins, and ultimately we're there to have fun. So if you're not having any fun with trials, you're gonna probably not get those wins, and you're gonna get frustrated and you're gonna give up on it. And the beautiful thing with this armor set is you don't have to get 7 wins in a single card. You just need 7 wins. So you could just kind of experiment and be like, hey, you know, I don't have to get as many wins as possible. We're struggling past 3 wins. So maybe we just get to 3 wins, and for time's sake, we wipe and we just go up to 3 wins. Or get 1 win and wipe. Stuff like that. So try to really have fun. You do get that weekly bounty that'll give you the trials reward for 3 wins anyways. So you'll still get some loot, and it's just a good time to try and experience the mode. Right now, so many more people are playing trials because of this armor set, where I actually am having fun. I made a video a while back. It's like, hey, I'm over trials. This is stupid. I don't care if it gets deleted. And this weekend, because of it being the first weekend since Solstice of Heroes started, I had so much fun. Like, enough fun. I was kind of like, I wonder if I should recant that video at all. But I was like, hey, like, I'll probably go back to what it was before. But right now, it's just a lot of fun because a lot of people are playing. So take advantage of this. Try to experiment with the game mode when lots of folks are playing. Because you never know. We might have new Crucible modes that come out, and you might be like, oh, this is going to be stupid. But you might get to see that a mode maybe isn't that bad when lots of people are playing, and it's just a good time. Like, I imagine once this event's over on September 8th, I will probably be hard-pressed to try trials again after like the first weekend, when I'm like, hey, let's see what it's like. And if it's all the way back to normal, I'm like, oh, screw this, I'm out. But if we keep playing trials because we have fun during Solstice of Heroes, we just gotta keep it up. Everyone just keep on hopping back in there and playing. Let's keep this momentum going for trials with the population and just keep this game mode alive. All right, guys, so the rest of this video is gonna be talking about a giveaway. So, I'm going to be teaming up with X Myers to do a Trials giveaway. Now, this is going to be a little bit different. We're not promising flawless. We just want to help people who have never been flawless that are on Xbox to get their 7 wins for their armor, so that way they can have the full glow, because there's triumphs associated to it. You'll be able to get your Moments of Triumph title done. You'll be able to get that armor glow done. And then there's a triumph or 2, one for getting all the glows done on 1 character, and then one for getting all the glows done on all 3 characters. And so we want to help folks to get those things done. So all you have to do to be in this giveaway is click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then join my Church and Friends Discord server. For the Discord server, it's more because it'll be way easier to talk and figure stuff out with you guys and set up times, that sort of thing, if you're in the Discord server. And then it also will help me to keep track of who's all actually subscribing. If you're a current subscriber, hop in the Discord server, and then I will know to enter you into this raffle. Because how it's going to go is we're going to put everyone's name into like a random number generator, and 1, 2, 3 are going to get first priority for getting through 7 wins. Everyone that hops in the Discord server will then have a shot once we get through those 3 people. I can't guarantee we'll get through all 3 people in a day or even in 1 weekend, but as soon as we get through all 3, I would then post in my Church and Friends server like, hey, for those of you that entered the raffle, we are ready to help someone get their 7 wins. Who's up? And the first person to be like, hey, I want to do it. We'll all right, awesome. We'll check on like stat reporting things and make sure you haven't been flawless, and we'll go through and try to get 7 wins. Some of you guys might get flawless, none of you guys might get flawless, but we're going to see if we can't pull off a flawless for anyone while we're going, because especially he gets a lot of joy from trying to help people get their first flawless. For him, he says he has no fun running a 3-stack team. It's boring as hell, and he loves trying to get people to flawless. We actually got close with my wife. We ended up being 7-2, so not too bad as far as that goes. So again, let's just review the rules here real quick, and then I'll give you guys the dates that we're going to be doing this stuff and that you need to have entered by, or I guess like, subscribe, and hopped in the Discord server by. And there's a link for my server down below. If it doesn't work for some bizarre reason, just comment and I'll send you a link in that comment as a reply, and you'll get in there, no worries. So review of the rules. Gotta be on Xbox. Can't have been flawless before. Like the video, subscribe, and hop in my Discord server. Again, be on Xbox. Never been flawless, like the video, subscribe, hop in the Discord server, and we will do our best to get through everyone. We will announce names for each weekend. So if I am in fact in town and not visiting family before I start my school job before too long here, because it's going to be hectic, so they offered for us to do kind of like a mini little staycation back home where I'm from. If we are in fact not able to go because of COVID and training restrictions, the first weekend we're going to do stuff will be Friday the 21st, which is in a couple of days as I'm recording this, through Monday the 24th. To be eligible for that weekend specifically, we need everyone to have hopped in the Discord and done all of those things by 5 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday the 21st. Everyone by that time will make a random number thing, and we'll get through as many people as we can. If we get through all 3 that weekend, we would then do a new 3 for the next weekend. So the same thing. Enter by liking the video, subscribing, and joining the Discord server by 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, September 28th. And then we'll do the same thing for the last weekend of this event, which is Friday, September 4th, for that last weekend of trials for the Solstice of Heroes. So just to kind of reiterate, if I am in fact in town and able to play, we'll have our first 3, if not more, for the weekend of the 21st. Make sure you're entered in the Discord and everything by 7 p.m., the 28th of August by 7 p.m., and then the 4th of September by 7 p.m. So hopefully we can have a lot of fun, get a lot of people some new experiences. We had a hoot helping out like 3 or 4 people this past weekend, and we hope to keep this all going. Thank you guys all so much for watching the video. The rest of this is going to be a compilation. I was going to do a compilation video only, but because of reasons I mentioned earlier with the whole like bad footage and whatever, I picked the like top like 5-6 clips or so that I thought were real good and worked, and we could actually kind of see stuff, and that's what we're going to have. Also, the background music that's going is actually the whole song from my intro. People in the past have asked like, hey, what's the whole song? So now you guys will get to hear at least as much of it as the compilation lasts for. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I am Church of Caboose. Have a great week and happy grinding, y'all. They didn't change up which side they were going on, which kind of caught me off a little bit. He's by that box over there. Oh shoot, I'm getting... Oh yeah!
Only one ally is left. He's in damage. Only one enemy is left. Opponent's crushed. 1 minute left, my friend. That was you! All you! This round is yours!
Guardian down.
You are unstoppable. 2 in the ground. Only one enemy is left.
Where's that tether at? Okay, I see it.
Only one.
Oh no, it's Arbalest! God damn it! Yeah, get that res, baby. Get my. Oh, there you go. Get him, get him, get him, get him.
Grenades, punch,
Yeah, nice job.
Guardian. My heart is still.
Nice job, my dear. Way to save that. Good job, baby. Or that. That works too. Oh, there's another super. And not super. Oh, not super's not down. Where is he?
Opponent revived. Only one enemy is left.
Nice job, y'all. Whew. Now I get to.